Welcome to the GainzCast. I'm Marc Lobliner alongside
Matt Marano.
So, beautiful day, man. It's almost New Year.
It's freezing outside.
Freezing? It's like 50.
It was really cold this morning.
This morning it was like, so I walked my dog. It was like 25, which for Tennessee is, oh my God. You know, it's like in Illinois when it hits the negatives. That's what it was for us today. We're like, what the fuck? But it was all right, man. As long as I wear gloves, gloves are the key. Gloves keep me okay. If my hands are warm, I'm in a good spot. Yeah. Because I'm walking, I'm moving. I'm not like, but when your hands get cold, you get back and you can't even type on your phone and you're like running it under hot water, trying to get them defrosted.
But all the nerves are kind of just frozen up.
And then they come back and that happened to me all the time because I'm never prepared. I grew up in California. My Letterman's jacket from high school is still in the same condition it was in when I was in high school. Because the only time people wore it was at the football game on Friday nights. That was the only time it was somewhat cold enough to wear a big ass letter. We should have fucking windbreakers as our Letterman's jacket, right? And I played football. And on game day, we didn't wear the jackets because they made us wear like shirt and tie.
Yeah.
Because they were teaching us to be student athletes, sort of the bullshit they had us doing. And so that was my experience. So I didn't own my first winter coat till like 2 years before I moved from Illinois. I just wore like 3 hoodies. Yeah, I was like, I'm not getting a winter coat. And then I finally broke down and it was like, oh, this is why people wear these. They keep you warm. I got one of those big ass Columbia ones, you know, with the fucking duck feathers in it and shit. Yeah, that was good, man. But you grew up in New York, so you're used to cold.
Yeah. There were some years colder than others, but yeah.
You know what's going to be cold is when they all go to D.C. on January 6th, man. That's why I wouldn't go. Everybody's like, why don't you go? I'm like, bro, it's fucking January in D.C. Standing outside, like, dude, hopefully BLM burns some shit down so they can have some heat from the fires.
You just have normal people standing outside.
Yeah, there's just
trying to stay warm.
You know what? I keep getting asked a lot because, you know, I'm
a book burning free heat.
That worked in the 40s, right? You know, I get asked a lot if I'm going to this January 6th event, this whole like protest.
I don't know what to call it. Rally, protest, potential riot. Yeah.
Well, I don't think the right's going to riot. The conservatives are pretty fucking skittish. They're pussies. Like, they're like, don't take away our guns. And then they shut down their businesses. They're like, one more move and we're going to take up arms. Bro, if conservatives haven't started shooting shit up,
they're not going
now. Like, they're just a big bunch of pussies. It is what it is, dude. Conservatives, Republicans, they're just fucking pussies. They're old talk. Don't tread on me. And what if I do?
Don't tread on. Then I'm going to tell you I'm going to shoot you and then not actually shoot you.
I want to know why they're all big on the Second Amendment when this is the only year in my lifetime when I can see a reason. They're literally shutting down businesses, telling you can't go places, telling you have to put a fucking piece of fabric over your mouth. And they're like, one more move and we're going to take up arms. Fuck you. You guys don't, you know, that's why I don't even give a fuck about gun control anymore. You know, I don't have an AR. I have a fucking shotgun. I have a few shotguns. I got some fucking hand carries. You know, I got my nice little Ruger LCR revolver. I got a nice Smith & Wesson M&P, which I fucking love. But dude, I mean, here's the deal, man. The reason we make the argument that we need ARs and we need this, and we need that is because the Second Amendment says that if shit goes fucked up, we can fuck the government up. But y'all showed that you ain't fucking shit up. You just wait. You know, and then I see that, there's whatever, 800 million armed veterans, or whatever the fucking number is, and they're nobody. You know why? Because we're too fucking lazy to fight. Like back in the Civil War era, you know, they didn't have drive-through Starbucks. And they didn't have all this beautiful fucking shit we have. And they were, you know, they had to fucking like, dude, they didn't have fucking electricity, did they?
When?
In the fucking Civil War era. No. Fuck. They didn't have electricity, did they?
No.
That was like 1900s, wasn't it?
Yeah, light bulbs and shit were nice.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're like, well, there's nothing else to do. I'm going to fuck with the war, you know? I'm going to fuck with the war.
They fucked with the war.
And what else you get? Like, if I was up in the city, like, so I was at Disney, like, it's Friday night. It's Friday. It's fucking Christmas. And that was our day off.
Yeah.
And, Brandon just got done competing in the most competitive bodybuilding show on earth. And he just got through walking around amusement parks with after gaining like 80 pounds from old junk food. I've said this on the private, but I've never seen a grown 38-year-old man eat nothing but junk food for 5 days straight till this week. He did. I literally so Katie was doing her, she was taking care of the kids. Like Brandon was resting as he should have. He just got done competing.
Yeah.
So Brandy and I were the housewives. Brandy, Brandon's wife. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to cook up something healthy. I'm going to cook up some nice shit. So I cooked up some fucking chicken and some fucking rice. And Brandon didn't even look at my chicken. I'm like, what, my chicken's not good enough for you? Like, it's so bad a bodybuilder wouldn't even eat my chicken. Unless it was fried.
No, from Brandon's point of view, I wouldn't have wanted grilled chicken and rice and broccoli after.
Bro, you should have seen him at fucking Disney eating all the fucking bullshit, the Mickey Pops. It was amazing. Like I want to compete just so I could eat like Brandon for a fucking week. And the thing is, so he probably gained 40 pounds, but it was real good looking 40 pounds. Like I'm like, fuck, he just keeps filling out, And he's not like blasting huge drugs after a show.
No.
So he's just genetics and just depletion. I'm like, whoa. And can you imagine just being that fucking fat fuck at the restaurant, just watching this guy eat bullshit and looking like that?
And hating your life just a little bit. It's like, man, bro, I'm on the Brandon Curry diet. Yeah, but it's not working quite as well as it is for him.
Yeah. So Friday, Brandon's napping and I'm on my laptop just writing. I wrote that fucking program for 2021. I was just pacing back and forth, and Katie's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? So if I was alive during the Civil War era,
you would have fucked with the war?
I would have fucking shot somebody and started some shit. Like, yo, I'm bored. All we do is sit around. We fucking have this stupid, we only have light when it's fucking daytime. I'm a fucking fight. So they're like, well, fuck it, dude. Let's take up arms. Let's have a revolution. And then we fucking beat the British. That was 1776. They definitely didn't have electricity then.
No.
And then fucking, that dude came on the horseback and was like, the British are coming. The British. Is that the same war?
Paul Revere, yeah.
Yeah, Paul Revere. Uh-huh. And that's pretty much America right there. In a nutshell, how it happened.
And then the British got bored and they came back in 1812.
And they lost again.
And then they lost again.
They're like, fuck. Well, the British, no, actually the British came over here to get some dental work done. They were like, fuck, our teeth are fucked up.
And then the U.S. didn't take their insurance and it was this whole big thing.
Like, what? This shit ain't free?
And then someone wrote the Star Spangled Banner and we got our national anthem.
Which is racist.
Ordeal.
Now they have the black national anthem. There's a black national anthem. I didn't know that. I've never heard it. I've yet to hear it.
Is it a Tupac song?
Unless you're on the East Coast, there's a Biggie. You don't want to culturally appropriate the West Coast.
The real Civil War.
The real Civil War is Biggie v. Tupac. That was the biggest question of the fucking 90s. What I want to know is like, at what moment in our lifetime they go like, you know what? We need separate national anthems. That's not weird. And I guess the Star Spangled Banner is allegedly racist. I'm not seeing it. And it could be because
dude, he was captured on a British ship and he wrote about what he was seeing at that very moment.
There was rockets. That was the bombs.
Yeah,
the bombs bursting in air gave truth. The flag was still fucking waving.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how that's racist, but I guess I'm just fucking racist.
No, I think the only way you can consider that racist is if
you're racist.
Well, no. If you're like, well, that was written when we still had slavery, therefore it is part of our racist
So do
past.
we get rid of everything done before 1850? Or whenever the fuck Abraham Lincoln was like, fuck this shit.
1860 something?
Yeah, I mean, let's just say 1850, whatever. like here's the thing, right? Like, I'm fucking thirsty. I think there's something wrong with me. I told you I like cramp during sex. I need to keep hydrated. There's 0% chance I'm having any, but I mean, just in case, that 1% chance. The problem is that there's no nation in this world that doesn't have bullshit, right? Like, I don't know if this is a private conversation or what, but I was talking to Brandon. He's like, no matter who you are, what race you are, the human condition is the same. We all have our share of of suffering, and we all have our share of adversities, and it doesn't matter who you are or what you do. And so to look at the past, look, dude, I mean, when I go into a Holocaust museum, I want to learn about it. You know, I want to see, because we don't want to repeat that shit. If you look at a lot of the shit that Goebbels did, it's a lot similar to what we're doing now with masks and everything. Well, you can't compare masks to World War II. Dude, it didn't start with fucking Holocaust. It started with small micro.
There were steps. There were different.
They didn't just go like, hey, it's Tuesday, let's kill the Jews. You know, and I believe it was Goebbels. It was Goebbels or Goering who said that, you know, through fear, you can manipulate any portion of the population. Fear is the key. And what is this thing doing? It's providing fear. And that's why, you know, we joke around. It's a fucking podcast. We, you know, as Tim Cass says, we're just the guys who complain on the internet. We don't really do anything. Like, we're not going to go and we're not going to DC.
No, we don't fuck with that war.
No, dude, we're in Tennessee. It's beautiful out here, man. Shit comes to our doorstep. We'll take up arms. We'll do some shit. Till then, it's like, fuck, DC's far. Like, that's a far drive.
I just left the Northeast. I don't want to go back. Right?
Nah, dude, it sucks there. Like, y'all made your own bed, you know? It's like, and also, like, Trump doesn't do shit. Like, Trump's a pussy. Trump is such a fucking pussy. Like, this whole, I'm going to veto that omnibus spending bill. And then he signs it.
Yeah. Or I'm not going to sign that until it's $2,000 for the stimulus. And now he signed the $600
Dude,
one.
Trump is just a pussy. He just, I mean, look.
Well, Trump's a pussy. And then you look at it now, all the conservatives have become pussies because they're just doing the same shit Trump does. No one's done shit.
Well, you have your anti-Trump establishment. But the thing is, the guys I like are actually very pro-Trump. And I think that's more to get votes. Like Matt Gaetz and, you know who came out against, why am I blanking on the name? But one of the guys Thomas Massey out of Kentucky. He's the fucking dude. I love that guy. But he came out and he blasted on Trump today for being a pussy. And then Rand Paul. See, when Trump does right things, they will. But Rand also fucking punked Trump a couple times on some bills that were overreaching. Because Rand Paul's a constructionist. He's a constitutional guy. So, I mean, I look at it like this. Like, look, you Trump people, I understand. Like, you've been saying, you wait, he has the plan. And then he never has the plan. Like, it never works out. Like, just wait, just watch.
To be fair, he's kind of running out of time.
You think?
Like, if things stand the way they are right now, yeah, he's running out of time to actually do anything.
Well, he's been saying he's going to do something for 4 years. And
yeah, I'm still waiting.
I mean, he's done some things. I think he's done a good job. I think he's overall done a good job, but realize I almost tweeted this morning, but I stopped and I just fucking deleted the whole thing. But like, remember that time that Trump got up and said that the entire country should open up and pushed the governors to open up the states?
Yes.
He never did it. He never did. Trump started the lockdowns with that 15-day to stop the spread, whatever. And like, he'll go and he'll talk shit about Whitmer and liberate Michigan and talk shit. And then, but he has yet to get up and just fucking, hey guys, we need to open everything up. We need to open. You need to fucking open up and just fucking harp on it and whatever. Pass some fucking bills that hold no water. Just fucking get up there and be a loudmouth about it. Cause you don't fix the economy through $2,000 checks, especially through $600 checks. You fix the economy by opening the fucker up.
Yeah, so people can go back to work and make that $600 and make that $2,000.
And we have the data. Look at Florida versus California. Florida is open as fuck, except for Orlando, a bunch of pussies walking outside with masks on.
Well, no, they're open. That Walmart proved it.
Dude, fuck that Walmart. but I mean, fucking California has the most stringent rules in the country. And they're fucked up. They got the highest per capita caseload and death load. If that's not enough to make you think, then you could be like, well, what about travel? Look, dude, everybody's going to Florida. I got COVID 4 times last week in Florida. Like, Florida is a COVID hotbed. It just fucking is. But nobody's getting tested because Floridians, they don't fucking care. They're like, it's a fucking virus. They're like, I'm from fucking Florida. I wrestle alligators.
We drove by at least 30 meth labs on one street.
We only visited 2. I mean, it was a rough day, busy. Everybody, I need my meth fix, you know.
Every now and then.
But yeah,
listen, when in Florida, do as Florida man does. That's the rule.
Florida man. The kids looked up the Florida man, and it's like all these people in Florida are fucking stupid. But yeah, I think we're in a situation where if Trump was truly the leader that all these Trump nut huggers say he is, he would be like, hey guys, I've had COVID. I'm 74. It's fucking weak. I'm fucking 74. Like, oh, you got all the good drugs. No, you don't need good drugs. Like, I like good drugs, but you fucking, I'm 70 fucking 4, the finest drugs. He's 74. Fucking Chris Christie. Oh, he almost died. Chris Christie is always almost dying. He's a fat fuck. I'm tired of fucking fat people.
Chris Christie is a walking comorbidity.
He is the definition of comorbid. Wikipedia has him as comorbidity. But I like when motherfuckers are like, they don't understand. There's no drug that's good enough to save Chris Christie from a deadly virus. The fucker's a fucking fat fuck. A lot of fucks there.
A lot of fucks.
Yeah, but I'm just sick and tired of this, man. I mean, I'm just like, dude, it's serious for some, just like every virus is. For a vast majority, 99.96% of us, it's a virus. It's a flu. It's not the flu, but it's like the flu. For kids, it's less risky than the flu. For old people, it's fucked up.
I think I'd rather get this than the flu.
Yeah, I'd rather get COVID than the flu. I'd rather get COVID than the flu. What would you rather get than COVID? Like what would you know? Where would you rather get COVID than get? I'd rather get COVID than AIDS.
Yeah, that was the first. I'd rather get COVID than herpes. That one doesn't go away.
Yeah, you're right. What about gonorrhea?
I'd rather get COVID.
But you don't get to have sex to have COVID unless is COVID an STD? They tell you need glory holes. So no, it's not. You just can't kiss during sex, which I'm okay with.
Yeah.
I don't like kissing during sex. It makes it too personal.
And then, but Vermont, you're not allowed to eat ass either. So
yeah, I mean, we eat ass as like just to show that we will do it. I don't think anybody actually craves eating ass.
Yeah, fair.
So I mean, that's an okay restriction.
That's fair.
What the fuck are we talking about? I mean, no, but I think I do.
Okay, I'm just throwing it out. There's no STD that I would rather get than COVID.
What about the clap? That's a cute disease.
It's cute.
Like chlamydia. Like chlamydia is like a pretty name. Like chlamydia is like if you had a daughter and it wasn't an STD, like Lydia, that's a name. That's a name.
Yeah, you just named it. Yeah.
That's a name, Lydia.
Gonorrhea doesn't sound nearly as pretty, though.
No, I'd rather get chlamydia. The clap. Like, why would you not want the clap? I don't know. I would prefer the clap. But no. I don't understand how this is it. Like, it's almost like they were just waiting for a virus that was new, and that was going to be their thing. Like, because we have no flus. Like, 98% flu is gone. It's not gone. It's just getting misdiagnosed.
Can we talk about Denny's guy?
Oh, Denny's guy. Of course we can. He might kill us.
He might.
Do you remember Denny's guy completely?
I kind of did not make eye contact with Denny's guy. I was very uncomfortable.
So we were having not really a political. We were just joking around about shit, right? Like we have a very diverse group. We have Congo who works in a capacity where he knows more than we know. I'm not going to say what he does. We have Hawk, who's a Native American tribal chief. And we got us. And then we have, my kids, my wife. And so I'm joking around with Congo about this, whatever, just all the bullshit going around. And this guy comes over here. I couldn't help but notice that you were talking about some politics over here.
When he did that, I was like, great, we're about to get into an argument.
No, but it wasn't.
Then I realized we were in Florida.
Yeah, then with Florida man. And so this guy's like, let me tell you, look up this thing called the Great Reset and this other, I forgot what else.
Something 21.
And I'm like, do you have knowledge of this? Well, yeah, I was a mayor. I'm like, you were a mayor? Like, yeah, I was a mayor. What town? He goes, he just kind of, he didn't tell, a small town in Alabama. So then he was like, and we're like, oh, we weren't going to like fucking ask him what he said because we didn't want him to talk to us.
My favorite was, yeah, and we go to these mayor conventions, and I was like, "You did what now?" So and they have these classes. What?
so essentially, what Matt's getting at is he claimed, without doing the impersonation of the bad Southern accents, because we're both not from the South.
No,
we live in the South, but we're both. He's from New York. I'm from LA. It's the furthest thing from the fucking. So
we're what people look at when they're like, not the South.
Yeah, we're not the South. We are the opposite of the South.
We're big city.
Yeah, we're big city, but
you spend time in Chicago. Like there's no.
No, I was born in Chicago. It was like So long story short, so his claim is that he went to mayor conventions because that's where the mayors get together and learn about mayoring. And so if I run for mayor of Williamson County, which I'm considering because I don't like this old guy.
Okay.
Rogers Anderson or whatever his name is, he's a boomer. We don't like boomers here.
No boomers.
So if you live in Williamson County, you want me to run, comment down below or do whatever the fuck you do on those platforms or tweet at me. Say, hey, we want you to run and beat this fucking boomer. I'm going to run on the Beat This Boomer platform. Beat the boomer. Beat the boomer. So essentially he goes to this mayor convention and there's like this separate like getaway meeting. This is what I got out of it, where they're talking about the Great Reset. And the U.S. would be down to 11 cities. I was thinking 7-Eleven, like the convenience store. So there's going to be only 11 cities, which there's 50 states. It just doesn't make mathematical sense. But we're down to 11 cities, and there's no currency anymore.
Yeah. And all the nations are working together.
So here's the question on that. Like, how do you have power then? Because Bezos.
Well, they said China would have the power.
But here's the thing. Why would Bezos and Zuckerberg, the only reason they're powerful is because they have money.
Yes.
So that would mean that they'd have to forfeit their money too for the greater good.
Yeah.
Bezos obviously isn't working to make money anymore. He's working for power.
Yes.
With money comes power. So we're saying, so looking at this Great Reset thing, which I've heard it a lot of times and there's videos on it and proof. My only thing, and people could talk about it, like Matt and I talk about a lot of things. Like we're going to start a commune and have a bunch of blonde Swedish girls walk around and give massages.
We don't fuck with dinosaurs, though.
Yeah, no.
They're just kind of blah.
Yeah, we're just going to fuck with them. So anyway, a Little Dicky song, guys. Everybody's like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Pillow talk.
Yeah,
Little Dicky.
pillow talking about Little Dicky. So again, it's a theory, and if I really reached it, it makes sense. Like a lot of things, like a lot of shit QAnon said, like you found like one child molester, you're like, God damn, QAnon was right. And it was just a coincidence. I don't think there's a Great Reset happening, or else it would have happened. But did you see that thing about Bill Gates and the global warming thing? Did you see that yesterday?
No. What was that? So
there's allegedly that they blast, and this is true. This is actually real. It was in fucking legit publications. They blast some reflective shit in the atmosphere, and it blocks the sun. Thus, curing global warming. This is real shit.
And then Al Gore came everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, here's so it's basically, what is it called, like geoengineering or some shit. So basically the whole premise is, so they had the volcano eruption somewhere, and they're like, well, it reduced ozone emissions, whatever. So if we were just to blast this shit into space.
Okay, but when the volcano erupts and that happens, air quality also goes down greatly.
That's a problem.
But that's like more of a smoke and ash inhalation issue. So if they're avoiding that, I guess cool. I don't know. Like, why fuck with it?
Well, I think there's a huge issue like with vitamin D and health issues.
Yeah.
But if you look at Bill Gates, he's an estrogenic little bitch.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to fucking overhand write him.
He's from the same breed of human that Fauci came from.
Yeah. Fuck those guys.
Shriveled old guys.
I mean, he's got the fucking estrogenic build, the fucking stomach and all that. It's like, I don't
like a diseased pear.
I don't want to listen to that guy. Props to him. But the guy literally, like, he's a computer guy. Like, why is he the guy? Like, why is he talking about vaccines? He doesn't even have a college degree. Like, your sculpting degree is more than he has.
I don't know about that.
He has no college degree. Like, it is.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's weird because now PC culture, like, you don't make fun of people who don't have college degrees, but you can make fun of people who have art degrees. So it's like,
really?
I got the short end of the stick here.
No. But
we don't give a fuck, so we make fun of everyone. But
I don't know about that. I think because all you got to do is say, are you college educated? Yep. That's all. What do you got a degree in? It's a Bachelor of Arts. In what? Shut your mouth. No, we're not talking about this today. but degrees are useless anyway. But just saying, every time I say something, which by the way, my recommendation from March for how to prevent the deleterious effects of viral infections is kind of what they're recommending now in December. Just want to say, I was ahead of the curve. Every time I make a recommendation like, hey guys, this might help. Well, where's your fucking PhD, man? Fuck your PhD, man. When has Fauci been right?
Also, how many times has any of those people commenting on your shit probably given a dumbass opinion on the internet?
Well,
with zero research backing it up.
I give a lot of dumbass opinions all the time. But I'm right sometimes. That was one time I was right. I mean, I fucking nailed
that. Also, you have knowledge on supplementation and vitamins.
What I've been doing my whole life.
And what everything does. You look at these people and they're just, I don't know, fucking potatoes.
Well, I'm going to listen to, somebody like, let's say, a Nolan Ryan on pitching mechanics. He doesn't have a degree in arm biomechanics, but the guy threw how many fastballs in his life?
A lot.
Me, I've been in the supplement game and researching health and fitness since I was 19 years old. Actually, 17 if you count my first job at Valley. So, I mean, I know my shit. And when you formulate supplements, you have to know what things do. So if I'm using vitamin C in a pre-workout, I know that it's in there to prevent the overabundance of free radicals, and well, what happens when you do free? And then you got to look at how does it do that? And what else does it do? So, I mean, mechanism of action is a huge thing in what we do every single day. So it's just, I'm looking, here we go. But yeah, I mean, we're in a weird situation, but yeah, we're not. Back to the original point where we're not going to DC.
No.
I don't think Trump's going to pull it off because I don't think he wants to.
Yeah, I don't think he cares anymore. I think he's looking at it as like, this has been a headache. I had the power. I'd only have it for another 4 years.
Did he have the power?
No, probably not.
He got cock-blocked every step of the way by both sides.
Right. So now he's like, okay, so even better. I thought I was going to have all this power. I didn't get any of the power. I'm going to go make billions again.
You thought he was rich before? You saw, like, Obama didn't have shit. Became president, motherfucker's living in a mansion on a fucking ocean. Like, he could buy the fucking ocean. Like, Trump was rich before. Now he's going to be super fucking rich. Dude, like, and he also has people who will buy shit from him.
It was a long-term investment.
Dude, I mean, seriously, and he's 74, and imagine, like, think about it this way, man. His kid plays soccer, and actually there was a story, I don't know if you heard this one, where Barron's team was playing at a tournament. They had to block them because Melania wanted to land her Air Force 3 or 6 or whatever the fuck she flies in, land a helicopter on. They wanted a field to land a helicopter on so Barron could play. So think about Trump, dude. Like, he's 74. He's got a fucking smoking hot fucking supermodel wife. He's got a kid who's still, like, at an age where he can enjoy being a dad. And Barron can have some semblance of, once Trump's out of office, people are going to hate him less. Look at Bush. Like, nobody gives a fuck. Everybody likes Bush now. Like, Bush comes out and you're like, hey, look a cute old guy. Trump's going to be the guy. Like, he's going to come out and he's going to be a fucking American hero. The guy who was president was a dick then, but look at him now.
Some people still like Clinton for some reason.
Hillary?
No, Bill.
Well, Bill's a likable guy. I mean, he's a fucking likable guy. He bangs fat chicks, so he's charitable.
He goes to that weird island that he owned.
Hey, he likes kids.
Great with children. One thing I can say for sure about Bill Clinton. Great with kids.
So, I mean, I'm at a point now where I'm like, if I was Trump, I'm 74, like he gets to that 78, 79 range. Man, his quality of life ain't going to be as high as it is. 74 is just fucking old. Biden's a swamp creature. He's a fucking piece of shit. Like, Biden never had Trump's life. He's always been a political hack. Before politics, Trump, like, we talk shit about him, but, like, his life's been pretty fucking amazing. Like, he's running around, making billions of dollars, fucking buying shit that we would never imagine, just brokering deals. He was on WWE, clotheslining Vince McMahon.
Taking a stone cold stunner.
Yeah, I mean, he's just the fucking guy. Banging porn stars and playmates. Like, the guy lived
judging
everybody.
The Miss Universe or owning the Miss Universe pageant.
Yeah, he owned Miss Universe. And he, look at it this way, man. He's done everything. He was in hip hop songs. He was just the guy. Like Donald Trump before he became president was every man's dream. We all wanted to be Donald Trump. And now he went from being the most loved man in America, who could literally fire people on TV and people loved it, to being the most hated man in America. He gets out of that office within a year. He's a mogul again, man. He's starting pageants and he'll do a funny comedy skit on SNL and fucking humor himself, and he's back.
It's the same thing as, I think, every position when you're on top, everyone hates the person on top.
Yeah.
Like we spoke about that with Brandon when he was Mr. Olympia. No one disliked Brandon until he won.
We talked about that a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Brandon, so we talked about that the week after a lot. Like, before Brandon won Mr. Olympia, his legs were, nobody's talked shit about Brandon's legs. No. They'd say, well, they might not be strong enough, but no one talked shit. And Brandon's legs are proportionate. They're not, see, you look at legs.
You look at Rami, and Rami looks like he's sitting on two freakishly large hams. So I don't get it.
Brandon's lower body is completely proportionate to his upper body. And I say that as a fan, not a friend. But when he won, what are you going to pick on? His upper body's perfect. His lower body, you can argue it could use a little more size because he's going up against people like Rami who have huge fucking ham hocks. Yeah. So, of course, but now that the change after Brandon lost or got sacked, didn't lose. He beat 14 people.
Yeah.
He lost to one guy. That's a good night. He wanted to win the whole thing, but it wasn't his night. He came in better than he did the year he won it, though.
Oh, for sure.
The change in social media I saw, he went from being, oh, he's weak. Oh, his legs are too small. He can never beat Phil, to beating Phil. And then people were like, man, he's such a nice guy. His
great
family's
ambassador
great
for the sport.
Oh, and look at this post congratulating Rami. Total class. Something's great about being number 2, like being on the top of the bar market. I'll tell you what, like I have people coming at me now. Like I get challenged to fucking boxing matches by these fuckers. It's like, it is what it is, but I love it. But Trump, like, look, I don't think he wants to be there, man. I think he wants to go bang his wife, watch his kid play soccer, and fucking make billions of dollars and, go bang supermodels like who aren't his wife. So, I mean, he'll be able to when he's not in the public limelight anymore.
I mean, he'll be in the public limelight no matter what.
Well, he's been in the public limelight since I was a kid, man.
Yeah, he's not one of those presidents that, like, he's at office, he's going to kind of fade into obscurity. He's going to be around.
Obama won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Guy keeps surfacing up. Oh, I think it's like, shut up. You had your 8 years, motherfucker. You didn't do anything.
And then he pops back up every March to give his basketball predictions.
He's like an STD. Obama is like the presidential STD. Right when you think he's gone away, he fucking comes out of remission. There's your Obama fucking TD. Your OTD. What the fuck? Yeah, so I do think Trump's done. I do think he's done. And what do I think will happen as a Biden presidency? Nothing. Do you think they're going to do the whole like travel pass for the vaccine for COVID?
Like ban travel if you don't have the...
You have to have a fucking pass.
No.
I don't think they'll do it.
They couldn't get... They wanted to change it so everyone had to have like on their license, like a passport license. They weren't able to get that done in a timely manner.
We can't even have fucking like voting ID checks.
Yeah.
I don't see it happening. But I'm not taking that vaccine until it has more data.
People are freaking out, especially around the holidays. They're freaking out going home to, I mean, like me going home to New York and being like, well, if I fly into this airport, they're going to have these checks and blah, blah, blah. There were no checks.
No.
At all.
Boston, they checked. They did. No, they asked.
They asked.
Hey, did you fill this form out? Did it online. All right.
Yeah.
You.
No one's checking. In New Jersey and Newark, it was just an automated message played over the loudspeaker. Everyone has headphones in. No one heard the fucking thing anyway.
I'm not taking that vaccine. I don't want it. I'm not at risk. And herd immunity, why well, just fucking get it. There's your fucking herd immunity. Like, no one ever pressured me to get the flu shot. They were like, well, if you don't get it, you might get sick. No one ever told me with the flu shot, if you don't get it, you'll get everyone sick. You'll kill grandma. You irresponsible, selfish prick. Look, I'm pro-vaccine if you want to take it. And this isn't the measles, mumps, whatever, because those are actually the measles and the mumps. They're giving you a like, this is an mRNA vaccine. Like, this is new fucking shit. We can't just...
However, I did read it does not permeate the cell, so it doesn't fuck with the mitochondrial DNA at all.
Really?
Yeah. So it doesn't actually fuck with the DNA.
The problem is I don't think it does anything. The WHO said it. There's no proof it fucking even does anything. So I inject things I know is going to put muscle on me. So I'm not going to inject something that I don't know is going to work. It's like injecting placebo.
And if it makes people feel better, fucking thank God.
I hope everybody who wants to take it takes it. But don't talk to me and my family about it, man. I don't want anything to do with it.
Expect a lot more droopy faces.
Oh my God, the Bell's palsy. Did you see that nurse from Nashville? She's like, don't take the shit. I'm
like, yeah, but it's temporary. I'm like, I don't want that shit temporarily.
I don't even want it like for a day. That'd be
I'd rather have COVID than Bell's palsy.
COVID for most people. Like, we were talking to Brent at the gym yesterday. He just lost his taste. That's it. Yeah. And he was mad they didn't get it during contest prep because he was eating that bland ass chicken and rice. Man, I remember Brent, we're walking, we're literally in a business meeting at Armada, and motherfuckers walking around with a fucking Tupperware of fucking nasty smelling bland shit. Carbon, when it's contest prep season, smells like a fucking fish's anus. You're like, everybody's cooking bullshit fish and rice. And I'm like, you motherfuckers haven't learned about flexible dieting yet, have you? They're eating. I'm like, dude, I eat fucking delicious food on prep. These motherfuckers are suffering.
I do get it though, because anytime I'm eating clean, and even if I'm just like, okay, yeah, I can fit in something a little bit tasty that might be outside the parameters.
Just use some seasoning.
Yeah, that's true. That would make things smell a lot better.
And don't eat fucking tilapia. It's a pointless fucking fish.
Oh yeah, no tilapia allowed.
Nah, fuck tilapia. That shit's bullshit. It's fucking crap. Like, don't eat that shit.
It tastes disgusting.
It's fucking gross. And the fats aren't even good. It's more 6 than 3.
Yeah.
It's a bullshit fish. Don't eat tilapia.
Trade it for salmon.
Salmon's amazing. Or if you have the money, like fucking ahi, the fucking sushi grade.
Yeah.
You buy it fucking Costco. It's like sushi grade and it's fucking lean. It's got 1 gram of fat for 30 grams of protein. It's crazy. But our whole thing is, we're
also, fun fact, there's no such thing as sushi grade. That's just marketing term.
Just like pharmaceutical grade?
Yeah. It's just a marketing term.
I didn't know
it works well. Yeah.
Shit. I did know about pharmaceutical grade. I should have probably guessed. I thought maybe they had a guy go, that looks like sushi to me.
No.
Kind of like the temperature. It's 32 out, but it feels like 22. There's got to be for some reason in my mind, and this is not racist at all, but for some reason in my mind when I hear that, I picture a 5'2" Mexican guy going out there.
I picture like a large black man, like an old black man, middle age. It's 63. He walks outside.
Sanford and Sons.
Yeah, Sanford and Sons. It's more like 57.
We went total. Okay. I had a short Mexican guy feels like 31. Okay. It's because I don't know what it is, but I've always just pictured a short Latin guy. And you pictured Sanford. It's fucking great. I just pictured a Mexican guy. I mean, it's just me. But an Asian guy with a Fu Manchu would be awesome too. I mean, you could give a full realm of fucking cool people coming out. But it's going to be an interesting year. I think a lot of people are overestimating. I posted the other day, 2021 is going to be the best year of our lives. And they're like, hope it's better than 2020. Look, a lot of people got fucked in 2020. And I think most of us could have, but some of us pivoted. And a lot of people who kept on the same course and just, if I was in a business where shit started going downhill, I'd be like, okay, what can I do to mitigate this? My wife and I went to a restaurant. It was horrible. Barbecuity right across the street from a Carbon. Right
Yeah.
Horrible. It was terrible. It was terrible presentation, terrible food, just nasty meat.
Gotcha.
So we went there And it was during the pandemic. It was for Cammy's Katie's birthday, I think, one of their birthdays, or we just got food. So we were eating food. So anyway, so I got it, and I'm like, you know what? Here's where these restaurants are going wrong. Now, when you go with, let's say, one of those Grubhub or one of those delivery services, that we're on those as well. They take like 70% of your money. They fuck you over. You don't make money. Why are none of these restaurants encouraging you to take out, having referral? Like, why haven't I seen one of them go, hey, refer a friend, get a free entree with the next meal. Refer a friend, get 20% off your next order. These restaurants have been...
I think it comes down to convenience.
But
unless a restaurant can come up with their own app that has a very easy interface like Grubhub, it's not going to work.
Most of these restaurants do have good ordering systems or call it in. And honestly... if they would have, I didn't see the ones who marketed it, killed it. There were some Seth Conklin was telling me about restaurants in Michigan who were up like 230% because they figured it out.
Yeah.
A lot of these restaurants were just like, we're still open, but they didn't go hard.
I also think it has to do with market saturation, where if you're in New York City, going to that specific place is going to be a pain in the ass because you can find the exact same thing.
Well, then have one of your guys deliver if they need it, or have a discount. What if you gave someone, so your delivery fee and then just a convenience fee, there's no service, there's no electricity, you're saving a lot of money, it's just food prep.
Yeah.
What if you gave them, hey, pick it up. We'll deliver this shit. Pick it up. We'll give you 10% off. You know, but what I'm saying is the restaurants that figured this out, made it work. Now, gyms were fucked.
Yeah.
Some industries, you're just fucked. And that's where you have to choose whether you're going to defy the mandates, which are not laws, or if you're going to just comply and hope that you don't run out of money.
Yeah.
But the restaurant business, again, there's a lot of industries that I think just rolled over and gave up. And that's not their fault. They didn't start a business expecting the government to be able to do that. But I do think a lot of people got by or even grew by pivoting at the right time. A lot of manufacturers in our industry went from making protein powder to making vitamin C. So again, it's about adaptation, and life is always going to throw you these curveballs, and your duty is to adapt, and your duty is to catch those curveballs and hit those curveballs, you know, and that's where a lot of people went wrong, is that you get set in this course and you're just tunnel vision. And you're not, and that goes with opinions as well. Like a lot of people go like, I'm a Republican. What, do you believe in this? No. Republicans believe in that. Are you sure you're a Republican? Well, I agree with everything else. But what about this? No. So aren't you just a guy who's, why do we have to identify? Why can't we compare fruit? Why can't fruit be compared?
Like apples to oranges.
Why can't, but so that's what I'm saying is, you know, 2021, what 2020 taught me is that you can't get comfortable. You got to be uncomfortable. You got to learn to live with discomfort. And that's where going to the gym and doing things and finding and having new hobbies that you aren't good at. It makes your mind more apt to basically contour itself to or conform to a situation that isn't in the norm. And a lot of people get so caught up in their day-to-day and just moving on and moving forward. And it's the Groundhog Day. And then this fucking pandemic comes in. And the government just shut shit down. And some people were like, oh my God, what do I do? I'm just going to sit at home. I'll tell you what. I know a couple people who went and got, their money was low and they went and got jobs with Amazon or Kroger or Aldi's paying $19 an hour or some shit like that.
There are options. People just didn't want to look for them.
Some people feel above certain jobs, you know, but when you start relying on the government, that's a problem. Now, if you're working and the government offers you money, don't turn it down. I'm not going to take that PPP loan because if the government, look, I paid enough into the government that if there's some money coming out, I'm wanting my share. Like, I'm not going to turn down money. Like, it's like, I didn't even take the loan. I didn't need it. It's like, Harvard got like $80 million. You know, it's like if Harvard could get paid, I could get fucking paid.
Yeah.
The government owes me. Take that money. I'm not saying don't take government money. Don't rely on government money.
there's a difference between taking it if it's given to you.
Yes.
And being like, shit, I really need this.
Yeah, dude. If the government's going to, that's like the government being like, hey, you get a tax return. No, I'm good. You guys need it more than me. Keep it.
But it's your money. You literally, I don't know. You should probably hold on to that.
There's not one person listening to this that doesn't think that they didn't get overcharged on taxes at least once in their life. Take the fucking money. It's like, man, I don't need no unemployment. Look, if you're eligible for it, take the shit. Trust me. Just take the free money, dude.
Yeah.
There's pride. Pride will fuck you up. Pride will fuck you up. But on that note, man, we're gonna keep these going as long as we can through the new year. It's gonna be a great week. We obviously, January 1st, we're working. We'll be here working. But if you guys haven't had a chance to subscribe to everything here, we're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on Apple Podcasts, we're on Google Play, we're on all that shit. So be sure to do it. Be sure to subscribe, like, all that stuff. Share it with your friends. Free conversation, open conversation. Next year, we're working on having more and more guests up in here. It's the holidays. People are on vacation. We're kind of just doing them sporadically, but expect a lot of things, including weekly, if not bi-weekly visits from Brandon Curry.
Yeah.
Just right down the road.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, thanks so much for listening, man. GainzCast. See you next time.